Hey everyone, welcome back to another Alchemy deck tech. Today we are doing Mono-Red Dragons, or just dragons in general. Might actually switch up to Rakdos if the Mono-Red doesn't work out too well, but it felt fitting, considering he was being a moron who was already in here, to grab my dragon for good luck. For those who don't know, this is Yoshi. I would turn him around, but he's pretty damn comfortable, so not gonna take that from him. But anyway, so Mono-Red Dragons, what's the deal with it, right? It's really a deck that was spawned entirely because of Fearsome Whelp. I initially didn't rate this card particularly high, but the card is quite good. Just perpetually getting your most expensive dragons to be cheaper can allow some really insane turns, because not only can you play a 4 on turn 3 pretty often, between that and Orb, but just like the potential to double spell later in the game too. Like if you have Fearsome Whelp out for 2 turns, you could sometimes just go like gold span into dragon. Like I've had a game like that. It was pretty nuts. So this deck is all about casting dragons ahead of curve. Beyond that, it's mostly just removal. We have spike fields for opposing whelps and stuff like mono white and mono black. It's really good against mono black as well. We have Dragon's Fire, which is obviously great. We have Storm Seeker, and we have the most contentious card in the deck being the Igneous Inspirations. I know people are not very big fans of this card. It's seen very little play. But I think having access to the lesson board is just really important, best of one specifically. And I think deal 3, draw a card for 3 mana is honestly pretty reasonable. It's not divide by 0 good, but like what card is, right? That's just the best lesson card, kind of by a mile. I think this card is definitely good enough. If you're not a fan of the card or it's not good enough for you, I would probably suggest, just going more Storm Seekers, probably playing some of Braids, or even going for the Rakdos version, which is also going to be in the linked article. We're going to start with Mono Red because it's the version that's given me the most success. I like having more interaction. I like having access to the lesson board. Although Kalane is really good, I don't know if playing a second color is worth just having another 2-drop accelerant, despite 2-drop accelerants kind of being the game plan. So it's definitely a mixed bag, but nevertheless, that's the quick overview. Let us hop straight into some games. I can't speak today. I don't know what's going on with me. Nom nom nah. Don't know what's going on. You would think with Yosh, everything would be good, but I don't know. Look at that tail. Wowee. Tail's getting smaller, baby. You gotta eat more food. He's such a chunky boy, but he doesn't actually eat anymore, so he's been losing weight. Which is normal for them. Around winter time, they slow down. So he doesn't want to eat as much. But that's okay. This hand's obviously not great. No 2-drop. My first play is 3, and then I don't even have a 4 to follow up with. If this was a 4-drop dragon, I could consider keeping that, but on the draw, that's already not great. If this was a Spike Field Hazard, maybe. I feel like this hand is close, but not quite there. Oof. This hand's even worse. All right, we're going to 5. Now, that is definitely something that can happen with this deck. You are just going to have games where you just don't see your early curve, which is annoying because you do play a good amount of early creatures, but not too much you can do about that. That was a great draw, obviously. So it seems they also have Spike Field Hazard, so this is looking potentially like the mirror, and it very much is. Being on 5 on the mirror and not having removal for a Fearsome Whelp is probably a death sentence, unfortunately. But that's okay. It's going to happen. If I'm going to lose any game when I'm rolling the 5 on the draw, to the mirror is not the worst possible. So this says to me that they have no 4-drop in hand, clearly. No attacks. What could they possibly be afraid of at this point? That's very weird to me. What this does say, though, is that I'm probably going to get gold spanned, or going to get donked, but maybe even by an Inferno of the Star Mounts, which I pretty much can't beat unless I draw Dragonfire. Wow. Okay, I guess they just have so much mana, it doesn't really matter. Assuming they have a Dragonfire for my Town Raised Tyrant. Very much doubt they're going to let me block. Yep. Brittle Blast. Okay. That's not a card I would normally slate for main deck play, but it's very reasonable. Don't think there's anything wrong with it. I'm going to go Moonveil Radiant, because if they don't have a way to kill it, then I can at least get the double kill with the Goldspan and the Fearsome Whelp. If they do have a way to kill it, I still get to knock off the Fearsome Whelp. So definitely not the end of the world. This is going surprisingly okay. Despite me being on a 5. Like, I do need lands to play this Inferno, but this isn't going too terribly. Let's go Mana Form. I really want to cast this Inspiration so I can grab Environmental Sciences, but I just haven't really had time yet. Another Goldspan, that's fine. Like, if they don't have an Inferno, I'm not too terrified. Like, I'll keep trading. I am up on cards. Just down on lands, obviously, but... Okay. I'll just keep running out my dragons until something sticks, right? I do finally have an answer, even if they do find an Inferno. So that's very nice. And if they're flooding, I'm not in awful shape. So this isn't going to do much beyond just getting rid of a mountain. And being a 4/4, of course. Wow. Okay. So they probably got unlucky. You know, let's not beat around the bush there. Or they definitely got unlucky. However, I think that's also emblematic of how a lot of people build dragons. Everyone agrees that you inherently want to play a lot of lands, you know, because you're a pretty high curve deck. But I think too many people play lands like mountains, and not enough lands like Faceless Haven, Den of the Bugbear, Spikefield Hazards, Shadow Skull Smashings. Like, I only play 21 real lands, and then 4 Smashing and 2 to 3 Spikefield Hazard. Can't remember the exact numbers. This hand's fine. But I think that's how you want to approach your dragon build. Guess we have our lucky dragon here. Definitely helped. Okay, a blue deck. Spikefield is very unlikely to be good here, so we just deploy that. Nor do I think we're going to need the Dragon's Fire. So Dimir. Okay. Check for traps and Dimir. Okay, okay. Yeah, I was about to say, I'm assuming they're going to take my Stormseeker, because that's the biggest threat right now. And we pop them in the mouth. Let's see. So the obvious take is Environmental Sciences. We want to start casting our 5s. But I have to wonder if grabbing the Spirit Summoning could actually be better here. Because just adding pressure to the board and starting to force removal out of them. Because if we draw 1 land, we could start slamming stuff. I actually like that play. That might be a little greedy. Because if I miss lands or just draw more high-cost spells, I'm going to feel pretty foolish. But I don't know. Okay. And they're missing lands. Okay. Well, the fact that they're missing lands and my last opponent having too many lands, you know, grabbing the 3/2 is going to feel pretty damn good here. I want to play around their Infernal Grasp. So we're just going to go with the Stormseeker. Because if they don't have removal, this is going to kill them all the same. Oh, it's power word kill. All right, so I got a little punished for that. But not much I could do about that. Not really much I can do, but that's okay. They hit their 3rd land. Unexpected conversion. Okay. So that says to me they actually didn't have another means of going after my dragons. So my play made sense in theory, but with the knowledge of they actually play power word kill, going for the Goldspan was clearly the correct move. Ooh, okay, more burn. So they are almost dead now. Almost dead just to the Igneous Inspiration. There's land number 4. Okay, so it seems that they're going to have a double kill. But it's Infernal Grasp. So, presuming they don't have a means to stop that, that's going to clinch it. I'll take that one. All right. So, luck has definitely been on my side so far. 2 pretty quick games. Let's keep going. Oh my god, it's because we have the dragon with us, dude. The dragon's deck just has to perform when the master dragon is here. Yeah, it's only been 10 minutes, so yeah, we can keep going. We still haven't had like an amazing curve yet, so I want to show you guys a fearsome whelp game and like how good that is. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But hopefully. Curious about that last opponent's Demir deck. Their build was interesting. Not amazing hand, but like pretty good still. I am gonna need a land, but if they are a creature deck, having double Dragon's Fire and just a 4-drop is a really, really strong curve. Because if I draw 1 land, this hand's pretty nuts. And if I draw 2, I guess if I draw 2 lands, this hand's nuts. If I only draw 1 for the interim, then it's just fine. What are they on? What are they on? Okay, so perhaps a mono black thing. We hit the lands. Very nice. Could be mono black sacrifice. Oh, what's up, Yoshi? He's looking at the camera. Kinda. He really likes watching TV, so this is probably pretty close, I guess. I do want to kill that, but not as much as I want to deploy Town Race Tyrant. I feel like white is a bit more critical to them, so start with that. So it seems like they're angels. It's my best guess. If I draw another lands, then we just go nuts. Because then we get to go Goldspan, Dragonfire next play, Goldspan, Dragonfire next play. And I very, very much doubt they can beat that. There is a concern if they go Righteous Valkyrie here. That would be a little scary. Is that what it's called? Righteous Valkyrie? The 2/4? The 3-mana 2/4 gains life with Angel's Clerics, buffs the team when you're at 27. I think it's Righteous Valkyrie. And if I miss on my land, that's also a bit scary. Ooh, okay, okay. You still can't block, though. Okay. Here comes the beats. Living the Vida Loca. So, I know they're not going to block. I think I probably need to take out an Angel of Unity, though. I feel like I do. Maybe I don't. Maybe actually I just... Because I'm assuming the next play they have is going to be bigger than my dragons. But they're going to be at 10. I play another gold span. I double kill the really big angel they have. Yeah, it seems better, actually. And then they're just at such a low life total, they're going to be forced to chump. They're also probably going to have to keep that around, so they're going to have to double chump, potentially, next turn. So that's pretty good, obviously. Okay. But even without Whelp, this is kind of just like the power of the deck. Just playing dragons ahead of curve, especially when you're on the play, is just nuts. Oh, that is not a flyer, though. Okay. Hopefully no, like, Skyclave Apparition. That'd be a little annoying, but not the end of the world. Actually, if it's Skyclave, they just lose, right? Because they take Town Raise. Yeah, they just die if they do that, so... I think they're kind of just dead as it stands. Yeah, they are very dead on board. You got it. Oh, they have lifelink. I was wondering why they attacked. That's fine. They're still dead on board. I just forgot they had lifelink. I have to read these cards more carefully, but doesn't matter. So they have a interesting build of clerics, I guess. I guess they just play Angel of Unity. Angel is a cleric. Okay. So I guess they just play Angel. Very reasonable. Card's quite good. I don't think most builds play Angel, right? Unless they do, and I'm just a moron. My build doesn't. I don't think, anyway. Pretty sure my build doesn't. Huh. The more you know. If it's not, that's something to consider. And if it is, then, well, I've somehow just never drawn it. So I think I'll go out on a limb and say I'm not playing Angel. Has it ever happened to you guys? I know there's no real dialogue here, but have you ever like played a card in your deck, you've never seen it, and then you just draw it, you're like, whoa, when did that get there? That's happened to me a few times. Yeah, sounds pretty solid. I'm trying to remember what deck it was. It was a long time ago. I just can't remember the exact deck where I was playing it. I probably played like 50 or so matches. And then when I finally drew a card, I was so confused because I'm like, I didn't put this in my deck. And then I just like looked back at my logs and it's like, it's just been there the whole time. I somehow always like avoided it. It was a 2 of 2. Blue white, huh? So I don't want to get worried because I'll be the saddest boy in the club, but you can't say no. You can't say no to a turn 3 Town Raiser on the play against control. Just too powerful. Like playing with his foot. I think they're considering whether or not they should Fateful Absence this. They probably should. It's just too much damage otherwise. If that's what it is. If it's like a Fading Hope, obviously they can't do that. They would just die a horrible, horrible death. Okay. Let's bop them for 4. Then let's go Mana Form. Mana Form makes sense to me. Play out my lands, and we pass. Assuming that's going to be... Ah, it was Fading Hope. Okay, sure. They're already under tremendous pressure. Also, I forgot to mention, that's why I didn't play the Stormseeker, because if it is Fading Hope, I don't want them to get the Scry. I want to be able to play my haste card when they're lower on life. Just like... It's just kind of the mind games of when they don't know exactly what you're playing. You don't want to show them haste options, generally speaking. That's kind of how I approach things anyway. Old Goldie. Goldilocks. I don't want Teferi to live, but like also going after it feels kind of like a waste. I could put them to 6. Then they go up to 8. It's a tough one. I think sending 1 and then killing it with Dragon's Fire is probably the move. Let's bonk it for 3. I should have let damage resolve first. They could have hypothetically bounced the Town Raised Tyrant, I guess, but seems kind of unlikely they would do that. Okay. I guess they were pretty reliant on that Teferi living. Thank you, Baby Yosh. Jeez. None of our opponents have had like stellar draws, but it's going to happen sometimes. I'm generally on the other end of that. This feels great. I think we have time for one more. These games are generally not particularly long. So we've had the Mirror, Blue-White, Dimir. What else? I can't remember now. Oh, and clerics. That's a pretty good variety. That's what I've been liking about Alchemy so far. At least, you know, thus far. A lot of different decks I've been seeing play. Which I think is going to naturally be the thing in best of one. Yeah, this hand's fine. Little tap land heavy, but that's okay. Okay, so I'm facing mono black. I do like this matchup, generally speaking. My hand isn't great for them, but I think it's acceptable. Jadar. Okay. That's something I'm going to want to kill eventually. That was nice. They only play 3 Infernal Grasp, so they generally can struggle against big dragons. I'll block if they attack. They can't really punish me. Do they have the grasp? They do have the grasp. All right, a little annoying. Not the end of the world. I would like a follow-up play. That is, in fact, a follow-up play. Okay, so I'll go Mana Form. And I'll just put the Spike Field down. Wow, okay. I guess they have enough lands that they don't need to worry about too much. Probably just start whittling away at their board. Could also just prevent damage. I guess their board isn't that scary, realistically. So just preventing damage probably makes the most sense. Sure. That's fine with me. Alright, that's a lot of Dragon's Fires. For my next trick... Yep. Knock those 2 off. Hit him for 8 in the air, which is pretty nice. And they can't meat hook my Mana Form yet, which is really nice. Necrotic Fumes, though. It's definitely a shame. They lose the zombie, hit me for 2. That does take their entire turn. Whoa. I'm really surprised they're prioritizing the damage over that, but maybe they are saving it for a turn? Or they just don't mind losing a Shambling Ghast, I guess? I feel like the Shambling Ghast would be better. But, alright, fair enough. I would love another 4-mana dragon, or... Are they really going to give up their entire board? And 2 treasures? Or are they just trying to find an Infernal Grasp? Whoa. Okay. I'm trying to remember Cursebound, which is Spellbook. Is there a way to look right here? Oh, I can. Okay. That's awesome. So if you just keep right-clicking, you can see it. Okay. So none of those are instant speed removal spells. So what I'm thinking, I Dragon's Fire, trigger on the stack, Dragon's Fire again. Not trigger on, yeah, trigger on the stack. I get 2/2/2s, and I just swing out. I don't want to kill Shambling Ghasts because then he could shrink my Mana Form. Not he, they. Excuse me. So that's what I'm going to do. They can't get an instant speed removal spell. Hey, would you look at that? Yoshi, you did it. Oh my goodness, a 5-0? That's the most wins I think I've ever gotten on a video. I definitely got a bit lucky. Maybe a little bit more than just a bit lucky, but I ain't complaining. Damn, dragons. All right, where are you? My god, this deck was actually Yoshi powered. Holy moly. Oh, we have to get the star of the show turned around. Oh, come here, big boy. Oh, I know. Excuse me being gross. I love this little idiot. Excuse me, sir. You're wanted. Ugh. There you go. What? Oh, now he's looking at me because he wanted to be on me more. There you go. See, that's not so bad. Go look at the camera. Nope, he's just staring at me. He's a little annoyed with me. That's okay. But anyway, that was Mono-Red Dragons. I think those games are rather emblematic of how the deck plays out. You just have a bunch of removal, in this version anyway. You have a good curve, you play a lot of dragons, and you kind of just smash opponents. There's just a lot of decks that can't handle that many large flyers. I also think removal's kind of at an all-time low right now in Alchemy. There's really not many Infernal Grasps flying around. And no matter what deck you're really looking at, there aren't too many decks that can just beat what? How many is that? 12 flying 4/4s. So, yeah, I think the deck's quite strong. I think it definitely overperformed on video. Something I, again, will not complain about. But yeah, it's a great deck for those who like this type of strategy. I also don't think it's the most difficult deck. So if you want to kind of just like chill and play some games, this is a really, really nice deck to do that with because most of your decisions really come down to I'm just going to cast my dragon for turn. But yeah, that's more or less it. Deck's great. Yoshi gave me the power to win a bunch, which I always appreciate from him. And that's dragons. Dragons. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys have a great day.